Hi all, I'm Sarah and I'm going to be walking through with you today how you can create some tie-dye inspired prints on coffee filters and paper towels. Alright, so I have all my supplies here, and I have my washable markers and coffee filter and then my glass of water. I filled it up about a fourth of the way from the bottom with some more water. And then my filter here, I'm just going to fold it in half to kind of give me a little crease so I have a better idea. You could always eyeball half of it. So you're just going to be drawing, designing on one half side of the coffee filter. If you don't have coffee filter, you could also experiment with paper towels as well. And I'm just going to be drawing some different designs here. Into my newspaper.
She colors in blue on a coffee filter.
And this is a good lesson too that parents you can incorporate as well with color mixing, blending, talking through the color wheel perhaps, and what different combinations will make what colors.
She adds red marks to the filter.
So I'm going to kind of avoid my blacks and my brown colors or grays, just because it tends to be a little more muddied if I use those. Just kind of continue on here. Maybe watercolor, do some pink edges.
She adds pink to the filter.
So I'll finish that, and then once I'm done coloring half of that, I'm going to just fold it once and then twice here. And then I'm going to stick it into my cup with the warm water, kind of balance it, and just let it soak for a few minutes until the coffee filter is saturated all the way up and through. Alright, so my filter looks like it is saturated from the top to bottom with the water. So I'm just going to take it out. You can always put gloves on here as well if you don't want to get your fingers dirty with some of the markers if it gets onto your skin. And then I'm just going to open it up, and here is my tie-dye creation. I'll just let it dry on the newspaper for a little bit till it's dry, and then it'll be all done. Right, so I started my second one. This has been in progress for a little bit. I was working on it when the first coffee filter one was soaking in the water, and so I'm just going to continue and do it on my paper towel.
She colors on a paper towel.
Any sort of size that you have available is good. I have one of the smaller like tearaway sheets, so I just did a smaller piece of it. But the larger ones work better too. You just have to maybe let it soak for a little bit longer than if they were smaller, of course. So going to add some hearts around here, some little red splashes along it, and one more color.
Purple V marks.
And then, same process, I'm just going to fold this in half once, and one more time, and then just put it in my warm water cup that's clean. Put some new water in there. Just let it balance and let it soak for a few minutes until it saturates all the way through. A few minutes have passed with the paper towel soaking in the water, and it's saturated through from the bottom to top where I colored it. This one actually soaks up a little more water than the coffee filter, so you could always give it a little squeeze before you take it out of the cup. And then just undo it to unveil that. And I'm just going to let that stay on my newspaper for a little bit to dry as well too. Alright, here are my dried and finished creations. We would love to see yours, so share and post with us. We would like to see what you created.
Logo, Barnsdall Junior Arts Center. Text, Department of Cultural Affairs.